Why is India so vocal for Israel? Why is India, after being outspoken for Palestine for so many years, has also become supportive of the Jewish state? Here's why. Because India has decided not to tiptoe on terrorism anymore, not to support targeted brutalities against innocent civilians like we all saw on 7th October. Because while Indian foreign policy continues to support the two-state solution and has always stood by Palestinian people openly and vocally, provided them visas for training and education in India, but India has also decided to support Israel, who is becoming India's strongest strategic ally in the modern world. I will explain. During India-Pakistan war in 1971, Israel helped with intelligence and ammunition. The Western world, specifically United States of America, was largely backing Pakistan. During Pakistan's attack again in Kargil in 1999, India did not have the sophisticated world-class technical equipment to locate Pakistani invading troops. India called for help. But New Delhi was facing a technological, economic and arms embargo by countries led by the USA because we had conducted the nuclear weapons test in 1998. Only one nation came out openly in support of India, and that was Israel. Israel was already an ally of the United States of America, could have refused, but assisted us with mortars and ammunition, even providing the Indian Air Force with laser-guided missiles for Mirage 2000H fighter jets. Then came 26/11 attack in Mumbai in 2008, again by Pakistan. India was shocked, dealing for days with jihadists who killed 166 people, including 6 Jews. Remember baby Moshe Holzberg, who survived after his parents were brutally murdered? The main targets of the attackers was also an ultra-Orthodox Jewish center in the city. Jews were selectively killed by these terrorists. Remember the attack on the Chabad house? Many were held hostage for 3 days. Israel saw how India faced a similar threat from the jihadist ideology. This is when Israel told the Indian authorities it is ready to provide a wide range of assistance in the battle to end this crisis of bloodshed. The offer was, however, politely turned down because we felt capable to fight this on our own this time. But the gesture to help a country that was in deep shock, facing the worst terror attack in the financial capital of the country, these gestures India never forgot. India signed its first defense deal with Israel in 2000 for the Barak 1 surface-to-air missile system. But not only defense, India and Israel have also collaborated on other sectors like agriculture, technology, research and development. In 2003, Ariel Sharon became the first Israeli Prime Minister to visit India. Strengthening bilateral ties, the Delhi Statement of Friendship and Cooperation was signed. Prime Minister Modi became the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Israel in July in 2017. India and Israel are strategic partners, but defense and security are not the only shared trade that the two countries have. A little historical trivia for you. India announced recognition of Israel way back in 1950, specifically September 17th. Soon after, the Jewish agency established an immigration office in Bombay, now Mumbai. It was later converted into a trade office and subsequently a consulate. Regular embassies opened in 1992 when full diplomatic relationships were established between India and Israel. India believes, and I quote from the bilateral relations document of the embassy dated July 2023, civilizational relations between the two people date back more than 2 millennia. India has welcomed Jews for several centuries, and their contribution in turn has enriched Indian culture. India is known in Israel as an ancient nation with strong cultural traditions and as an attractive tourist destination. From $200 million in 1992, mainly diamond trade, merchandise trade, has now diversified and reached over $10 billion. This is excluding defense. This is from financial year 22-23. Indian merchandise exports to Israel were $7.89 billion. Israeli exports to India were $2.13 billion. In addition, the bilateral trade in services stands at $1.1 billion as of 2021. India is Israel's second largest trading partner in Asia and the 7th largest globally. Major exports from India to Israel include pearls, precious stones, automotive diesel, chemical and mineral products, machinery, electrical equipment, plastics, textile, apparel, base metals, transport equipment and agricultural products. Major exports from Israel to India include pearl precious stones, chemical mineral fertilizer products, machinery, electrical equipment, petroleum oil, defense machinery and transport equipment. There are also comprehensive work plans in agriculture, ongoing cooperation in water sector, research and development in health and medicine too. So there are different sectors that are covered between India and Israel. About 18,000 Indian citizens are approximately in Israel, primarily caregivers employed by Israeli elders to take care of them, diamond traders, IT professionals and students. Since Air India flights in March 2018 between New Delhi and Tel Aviv with 5 flights per week, travel and tourism have also increased. There are approximately 85,000 Jews of Indian origin in Israel who are Israeli passport holders. So there is also that connect between the two. Many of them even are currently soldiers in Israeli military since the war started on 7th October. This is why Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi condemned terror attacks on 7th October and said, "The people of India stand firmly with Israel in this difficult hour. India strongly, unequivocally condemns terrorism in all its forms and manifestations." Let's accept it. Israel is the only liberal democracy in the Middle East presently where the gay community has rights, women are in authority, and they are positively secular with people of different nationalities and ethnicities who continue to live alongside each other. And above all, Israel is a rising power in the world. Even Saudi Arabia and other Arab nations have contemplated to normalize relationships with Israel. So if they are aiming that equation for Israel and with that country, why should India not stand in support of its own ally and vocally this time? Thank you for watching.